another celebrity inspired look. This is the look from Sonam Kapoor's latest Harper's Bazaar Arabia magazine that she was featured in for December of 2015. And if you want to see how I achieved this look in hair, then please keep watching. So I already have my foundation on to speed up the time a little bit. I'm just taking a face luminizer to bronze up my face because I barely have any tan on my face. Now the luminizer was not really showing up on my skin, so I did go in with a matte bronzer to help me achieve that sun-kissed glow. And I just dusted that all over my face. Then I just applied my eye primer all over my eyelids, and this time I actually used the same eye primer to highlight underneath my eyes and the other parts of my face, as you will see. Now I used my fingers for this blending process because I felt like the warmth from your fingers helps it blend even better. And after that, I did go in with my damp beauty blender. For the brow part, Sonam did not seem like she did much to her brows. Although I kind of had some sparse hair, you know, I wanted to fill them in, and I did not realize that the color of my brow and the pencil that I was filling in with were not the same color. But in person, I could not tell at all until I started editing. It looked very, very light. But oh well. Now, I did go in with my black eyeliner and, eye pencil and filled in my tight line. Then moving on to the eyeshadow, I started with the corners of my eyes and took a very, very shimmery, almost champagne-y color, and I just went on the corners to give that, that highlight that she had going on. And I apologize for my filming technique because you barely can see what I'm doing, and I totally was not aware that I was caught like off guard so many times, but I promise I'll try a better tutorial on my next video. So for all over the eyelids, I did go in with like almost a reddish brown color, but then I thought that was it looked pretty red, so I did go in with a brown color on top, all over my eyelids and on the bottom lashes, and then I finished it off with a matte highlight for the brow bone. Now for this step, I believe it's pretty optional. You don't really even have to have any eyeliner on. I don't think Sonam had any eyeliner, but I still went with a black matte eyeshadow just to open up the eye a little bit more. And then I took a black pencil and just lined the outer corners of my waterline. Then the usual, just curled my lashes and just topped it with some mascara. And to complete the eye look, I finished it off with applying on my lower lashes, but I felt like it was looking too bit harsh, so I took a makeup wipe and gently just dusted off any of the excess. Then taking my translucent powder, I just went underneath my eyes and also on the areas where I previously highlighted. And it's finally time for the lips. Now, her lips were pretty brown and kind of looks like she had that ombre effect going on, but I'm one of those girls who has more of a 50 shades of nudes and pinks as her lip collection. So it was pretty hard for me to get that actual brown color that she had on her lips. So instead I used that same brown pencil that I used for my eyebrow. I mean, we gotta make things work, right? And so I just used that on the outer portion of my lips. And on the center for the ombre effect, I used a lighter nude shade to give me that ombre effect. Now moving on to the hair, all I did was center the middle part of my head and I made like a halfway twisted braid almost, if that made any sense. So I kind of just, as you can see, like eyeballed from the corners of my eye to help me guide for like where to, I guess, stop and start off my hair. So I took like 2 strands of hair, and just like as you can see, I just twisted them and just, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you just, all you want to do after you're halfway there, you don't have to go all the way down to your hair. You just want to have a little volume and just pin that. And I did the same thing on the other side. Also, just wanted to point out, I used 2 bobby pins for each side of my braids. Now this step is probably will be different for each person because it depends on the amount of hair you have. So I used 2. Some people may need 1, or some people may need even more than 2. So it totally depends on your hair. And then I just took the rest of the hair and made a bun. And I took a little bit of the side hair and gave a little volume and just pinned that. And I just pulled out some, I guess, baby hairs out. And that completes the finished look. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And that's it for now. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!